The second explosion was definitely the last of it, and so it just shows that not to be trusted.
Is that at RT.com?
Yeah, you can find it on their YouTube channel. It's one of their top links now.
All right, we'll get it up on Infowars.com, PrisonPlanet.com. We'll have continual coverage. Well, I mean, if you see explosions with mushroom clouds, how could the fuel rods not be exposed?
I agree, Alex. I mean, I look at it just like 9/11. You see the Twin Towers being blown up in front of you, in front of your own eyes, and you just have to use your own intuition and not wait for the government to tell you what to do. I went out and got my...
That's another point. Remember how the first day they said the air was safe to breathe, and a week later when they turned out they knew it was deadly on ground zero, the asbestos?
Exactly. I mean, they're never going to tell you the truth. When you see the plant blowing up 3,000 feet in the air, you know that some of that stuff's getting out. How bad it is, I mean, we don't know yet, but you shouldn't wait to find all the details. You should go and get some potassium iodine with kelp or whatever you can find and take precautions and protect yourself and your family. That's what you have to do.
Meanwhile, George Soros people say we're kooks for even talking about this, even though we've been proven right.
That's ridiculous, and it shows, they're not listening to him anymore. I'm here in Southern California, and it's literally sold out of potassium iodine. Any of the health food stores you go to, they have been ringing off the hook all day, so people are listening to the alternative news.
Well, just remember, George Soros's people attacked us when we tried to warn folks. That's how evil these people are.
Oh, there's no doubt about it, and it just shows that they're becoming obsolete because people are not listening to them. They're not going to wait for California to sound the radiation. They're taking precautions right now, and they're going to protect themselves, and that's because, in a large part, thanks to you, I want to come in for having the guts to stand up and be one of the first people to say all this stuff, you know.
Well, but I appreciate your call, Tyler. I don't deserve any credit. Yeah. Look, cesium and radioactive iodine are only released when fission is going on. I went and looked it up on the university sites. They say that means a meltdown. So I went on air Friday and said, I believe there's a meltdown. Saturday it was confirmed. It blew up. And then a bigger one blew up today that's a plutonium fueled. I mean, this is... how can we not tell people? And look, they're going to try to lie. They're going to try to tell you there's no problem. You just watch. Frank in California, you're on the air. Go ahead.
It's a pleasure to be speaking with you finally. I could ask you a million questions, but the one thing I want to ask you is, okay, what do you know about the history about Chernobyl, and how far did that radiation really get out from the plant?
All right, well, let's put a map up. I've seen the maps. The main plume was over 1,000 miles long. They said that 154,000 miles was completely uninhabitable. The government ordered everyone out, but most people didn't leave because they own the property in Ukraine outside Kiev. And they estimate that the overall plume was about 3,000 miles long, and that radiation from it orbited the planet at detectable levels for at least 3 years. But there is a Chernobyl global radius patterns, as you can see, 1,200 miles, but it mainly went north. That's why the Finns and everybody are so busy getting ready, because they got hit with it. But it went thousands and thousands of miles in all directions, but mainly went north with the prevailing winds.
Yeah, and I got to point out this mainstream news. It's just ridiculous, because I turn on the 10 o'clock news thinking maybe I'm going to see something about, the fallout. And I get a high-speed pursuit on the news. It's like, it's just, dude, they don't even care. I mean, it makes me sick.
They've got their iPad, they're vain, they're into their wrinkles and into acting studly at the gym and, being powerful. And, cops are out there writing tickets from the truck drivers driving into work today as our whole economy goes bankrupt. And that's what they want. So this is what they get, Frank. I appreciate the call. We're skipping this final break here. This is a network break. Station should not break into it. Let's talk to Tom in Missouri. Tom, you're on the air.
Yeah, Alex, I can't get any information on the Internet because every time I get on it, my computer just locks up today. I'm trying to find out about this potassium iodine, or is it iodide with a D?
There's several different types. One of them can't be sold in the U.S. what the military gives out. Sir, it's regular food-grade iodine, and I'm not going to give you medical advice, but you can get it at health food stores. Iodine from kelp, dulse, or alfalfa is what you want, or if that's sold out, the public won't know. You can go to a Japanese restaurant and eat a big serving of kelp and get enough to protect your thyroid for a week, but it only protects you from radioactive iodine, and which is the most common radiation poisoning. If you get uranium or plutonium, nothing's going to help you.
I can't, trying to find out where to get the stuff. My wife's looking for it in town, but she went to some health food stores, and they said they were sold out or didn't have any more. And all the pharmacies, I've called all them, and they act like I'm crazy for even asking for it. And I'm just trying to find out.
Well, why do they have it on their shelf? Sir, I guarantee you they're going to have, look, iodine with kelp, dietary supplement, suggested use, take 1 drop once a day in a little water as directed by your healthcare professional, because again, thyroid health, you need plenty of good iodine or your body gets confused and absorbs similar compounds that are toxic that are in food. And so that's why the health people take this, or people with thyroid problems are directed. I'm not going to give you medical advice. You heard Dr. Bob Bowman, nuclear physicist, say he would get potassium iodine as a precaution. Nuclear physicist, but don't believe him. Go to your own medical doctor. And they'll probably laugh at you. I mean, you know, who knows what they do. That's how America works. Don't listen to the former head of Star Wars program. Just listen to what Regis and Kathy Lee say. I appreciate your call, Tom. God bless you. Again, folks, I don't even know what to say anymore here, hearing that. Now, my wife got laughed at this morning. Let's go. And again, they'll still be laughing in a month, even if they get hit with some radiation and it reduces their life term, their lifespan, a decade or two. They'll never know why they die later. It's like the troops will laugh when they're using DU now, because they don't even give them the safety manuals anymore. Troops from 20 years ago know, because they went through the training. Now they just say, here it is, boys, have fun, because the globalists are crazy. Steve in Canada, you're on the air. Go ahead.
Hey, how you doing, Alex? It's crazy times, but the reason I'm calling is that leading up to this initial, like the first earthquake, the biggie, most geologists thought that the big one was going to happen southwest of, or southeast technically, I guess, of Tokyo, where the 3 plates join up together. That was always been a spot of concern. But if you look, I've been following the USGS website here since the 8.9 or the 9.1 hit, and the swarm that they're getting is following south along that fault line there towards where the 3 plates meet up together, and it's just unbelievable how you see the swarm is just slowly, each one of these new earthquakes, aftershocks, it's blowing south towards Tokyo, and I don't know. I mean, if I had family in Tokyo, I'd be telling them to get ready, because if that swarm reaches down to the triple plate area there, it could get messy again. All
right, thanks for the info. Yeah, the Great Ring of Fire there in the Pacific is heating up. Volcanoes are lighting up. It's hardcore, ladies and gentlemen. And there is the Fukushima number 3 blown to bits. Finally got a photo of that. Is that Fukushima 3 or 1? That's Fukushima 3. Let's go ahead. And they are reporting that the rods are exposed. Not good news. Let's talk to Travis in Texas. Go ahead, Travis.
Hey, Alex. How you doing today?
I guess I'm all right.
Hey, I want to switch gears a little bit from the main story and talk about what Obama came out and finally spoke out about gun control from the Gifford shooting, and mentioned about sensible gun control. Kind of funny how he brings that up now when we're all diverted with attention. Also, today was...
Well, you know what? You know how you counter that? It came out 2 weeks ago that the ATF is shipping guns to Mexico to then take them back to the U.S. to blame everything on Mexico on our Second Amendment. It is a government false flag against the Second Amendment. They are terrorists. They should be impeached.
Yeah, and that's our only protection from them at this point. Also, today, Anonymous came out with the Bank of America leaks for the bank papers. Unfortunately, going to be covered up again by the Japan tragedy.
Yeah, I knew that was coming out today. What did it say?
Well, there's not too much. It just talks about switching numbers around, so you can't necessarily search for a mortgage based on the derivative that it's...
yeah, they created counterfeits and scrambled them all. That was already known. I appreciate your call. Interesting, Travis. Adam in Alabama, you're on the air.
Hey, Alex, how's it going?
All right.
Good. Hey, appreciate everything you're doing. About the kelp, iodine, and all that stuff, I'm looking on ki4u.com. They're like a big expert, sounds like, on all this radiation stuff. He's saying the kelp supplements are in micrograms, and like the the supplements you get, like the 14 little tablets and all that stuff that they're handing out mostly over in Japan, all that, they're like 130 milligrams, and it's saying you'd have to take like 400 doses of the kelp stuff to equal one of those the micro.
No, that's not what the pharmacist and people we've talked to have said. So but I'll have to look into that. I mean, it only takes so much of this to fill your thyroid. So, again, people should consult their physicians. We're not giving any advice out here. I know what I'm doing. So I appreciate your call. You know, we're flat out of time for Mary, Bruce, and others. We'll continue to track everything at Infowars.com and PrisonPlanet.com. We'll continue to update all the latest news. It is deteriorating in the direction, unfortunately, we thought it was, with fuel rods exposed, being reported. Another explosion imminent, and this looks like it could blow the rods out. And let me tell you, this is getting really serious, because now we're talking about a Mark I plutonium-uranium reactor with stuff that if you get a microscopic amount of it, you are dead. I mean, this is horrible news. This is going to make Chernobyl look like a cakewalk, and it was the greatest nuclear disaster in world history, because with a nuke or a bomb going off, almost all the radiation is burn up. The fuels burn up in the chain reaction. This is just plants going haywire. Pray for Japan. Pray for America. Pray for the rest of the world. And that we learned from this with all these other super technologies and super science systems that are so dangerous with human error involved. Great job to the crew. Again, Infowars.com, PrisonPlanet.com, continual coverage. Get our article about the Fukushima chain reaction cover-up underway. Get it out to everybody so they know the truth. Warn people. It's up to you. God bless you. See you back 11 a.m. tomorrow, or maybe earlier. We may pop in.
You are listening to GCN. Visit GCNlive.com today.
Hundreds of nations have fallen to tyranny in the last century alone. This is our last chance